Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with another weekly vendor reset. This time it's for the week of July 14th, 2017. We are right in the thick of just the entire PTS on both console for the very first time and over on PC for update 1.7. But there's going to be a few changes coming with the blueprints and how things are going to work in the future, because eventually all the blueprints are going to be going across all of your characters. So it's going to be pretty hard to keep up with all of this, but with that being said, let's go ahead and start things out down in the terminal of the base of operations at the special blueprints vendor. To go ahead and get things started out, we're going to go ahead and start with the classic AK-47 blueprint. If you haven't already picked this little guy up, it can definitely do some amazing things for you. For those still looking for a perfectly rolled AK, you can create one yourself. The second thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is the converted USC blueprint. It already rolls with the ambusher talent with 2 randoms, and it's going to go from there. Next, you're going to make your way on over to the special equipment vendor to take a look at some amazing accomplished knee pads. 1566 on the armor roll. It's going to have some pretty decent firearms, and it's rolled with all resistance, damage to elites, and you can roll one of the other 2 items to get that 56% on the kill XP. Next, you're going to take a look at some Savage Gloves, 978 armor, 1183 stamina. You can always go ahead and roll that to whatever you need. Critical hit damage, LMG damage, and enemy armor damage. These things will definitely put some major damage output on elites and all the other NPCs out there. Next, you're going to make your way on over into the main base of operations at the gear vendor. Take a look at this nimble holster, 960 on the armor, 12s across the board except the electronics. Go ahead and roll those electronics to have a pretty decently rolled nimble holster if you don't already have one. Next, and the only safe house in the light zone that we're going to be visiting is going to be over at the grind house. Here, there's just one little thing you need to pick up. It's great for SMGs. It's the Tyrant Suppressor, and this little guy is going to give you pretty much all you're going to need to try and do pretty good stuff over in PvP in the Last Stand. This little guy is rolled with critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and of course, headshot damage. Everything you need to go ahead and have maximum DPS output whenever you're running around with that perfect SMG that you may already own. Making our way over to the DZ, the West 53rd Street checkpoint. This is pretty much going to be the only one on the west side that we're going to go ahead and check out. This one here is rolling around with a great prototype stamina mod, 262 on the stamina and 3% skill haste. Again, everybody's still trying to do the best they possibly can to min-max right before update 1.7, and that little guy will definitely give you a boost in the stamina. Next, and we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the DZ itself with the first safe house over at the DZ6 safe house, and these are some amazing Nomad gloves, 990 armor, 1268 firearms, 9% skill haste, LMG damage you can pretty much roll, and 7% enemy armor damage. This thing is pretty much going to replace any Nomad gloves you may already have until they get to the point of the classified gear in the future, but we're a little bit ways off from that because as it stands right now, I think there's only 6 gear sets that are going to be hitting in 1.7, and I don't think Nomad is one of them. Hopefully that will happen sooner rather than later. We probably got to wait till 1.8. Next, jumping on over to DZ North at the first one at the DZ8 safe house. Well, it's kind of in between DZ7 and 8. Downstairs over at the Dark Zone gear vendor, you're going to find a Rapid Vest, 1824 armor, 1261 electronics, 4% resist all, 9.5 exotic damage resilience, and 53% ammo. Wow, that's a whole lot. That pretty much is going to be a pretty decently rolled rapid chest. Go ahead and pick this little guy up, throw it in your stash, because you never know how it's going to work out for you unless they let it reset everything on the PTS and you can try it out there. But lastly, we're going to head on over to the DZ9 safe house, and this one's just pretty much going to wrap things up the way the safe houses started to begin with. Here you're going to find an Omega Suppressor. Pretty much this is good for all of your bigger guns other than your SMGs, your assault rifles, your marksman rifles. Headshot damage, critical hit chance, and 42% reduced threat. Definitely something you can go ahead and throw on any of your other guns other than an SMG, in my opinion, because that's where the Tyrant really comes in handy. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to be everything for this week's vendor reset. Just to go ahead and save you some time from hitting all those other safe houses, hopefully this video finds you something pretty decent. Like if you haven't, sub if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.